Anthropic just released Claude 4.5 and it's taken a world by the storm. Not only did they improve Claude coding so much so that they call it the best coding model in the world, but they have also increased its context window, they've added Chrome extension, and they allow you to use code to analyze data, create files, and visualize insights in the files and formats that you use. But the question is, how can you use it for your business? How good their code actually is? And what are the differences between paid and free plan? And these are some of the things that I'm going to cover in this video. So let's dive right in. All right, so first let's check what we have here. As always, they're showing how it's performing in agentic coding, terminal coding, agentic tool use, etc. Now, I'll just briefly go over this. It does look impressive, but as we've witnessed before, whenever the new model comes up, it sometimes looks impressive here, but like when you use it, does it actually match it, right? And I'll tell you, I've been using Claude this week, and with some things I was pretty blown away. With other things, not so much. So I'm gonna cover those. Now, as you can see, it's basically better than any other model. They compare it here with Opus 4.1, Claude 4 Sonnet, GPT-5, and Gemini 2.5 Pro. And it's basically beating them in every or almost every single one of these. But what I really like is that they have made the terminal interface a much better new look. And what I specifically like, because I still use free version of Claude, is that they now have the new checkpoint feature that lets you confidently run large files, and you're not gonna run into as much restrictions. And if you've been using Claude for any amount of time, I'm sure you've had those restrictions. Like, I would go back and forth because Claude is usually better than other language models in creating written content. And if we would go back and forth a bit, it would just be like, yo, you need to start a new chat, or you need to wait for a couple of hours to continue chatting. And it was really annoying, to say the least, especially when you're coding, because when you have a lot of lines of code, it will block it out and you cannot continue. And now it has these like checkpoints, and honestly, I don't think I ran across, since they released 4.5, I haven't used it that much in a single thread, but I still did. And so far, I haven't had issue where it says you cannot use it anymore, you need to start new chat, etc. And again, I'm still on the free plan, but they're honestly slowly persuading me to join their paid plan, which you can see this is, I think, for the paid plan. Yeah, it can analyze your data, create files, and visualize insights in the files and formats that you use. So that's pretty cool. And they're adding Chrome extension, which I think is going to be bonkers as well. Now, they say that they also increased context window to 1 million, which is huge. And this is probably one of the reasons why it doesn't have that much restrictions. And just to give you an idea, I think this is currently 5 times larger than ChatGPT's. And with 1 million context window, you can truly do a lot of stuff, especially coding. And again, I think this is one of those things that allow you to use memory better. They added those 2 new capabilities to build agents that handle long-running tasks without frequently hitting context limit. By the way, if you have an online business or want to run one, I'm running a 4-week sprint where I'll walk you through how you can use AI to make your first $1,000. So if you're interested, there is a short doc, I'll link it below. You can check it out, read through it, see if it makes sense, and you can join it. So I'll actually give you an example, and this is one of the things that I wanted to show you. So I asked Claude to build me a sales page with a single prompt, and this is what it built. I mean, look at this. Now, it did ask me at one point, like, do you want to continue? There is a lot of code. And I was like, yeah, here we go. We're hitting a limit. But it actually didn't. And this will showcase you both the increase in limit, but also how good their coding is. So again, I asked it to build me a sales page with a single prompt. I gave it copy, and I was like, build it. And look at this. Like, first, the design, really good. This. Look at these neon colors popping up, looking clear. Also this, I mean, honestly, this looks pretty freaking good. Look at this. This was all from one single prompt, right? Yeah, it added these frequently asked questions with a fold-down menu. Colors are perfect. It even added this, which I don't think I asked for. Obviously, I would need to manually tell it to add links, but still, this is like crazy for a single prompt for a single sales page. Now, I will say also that it slightly failed. It's not too much. So I told it to build me a link tree, like page, and I told it what to do. Now, the one thing for some reason where it's failing is when it's supposed to add like a picture. I gave it the link here, as you can tell, but for whatever reason, it's not registering the picture. But other than that, this is pretty good. Single prompt, build a link tree. I gave it example of how I want it to look like, and it was like a stupid prompt, like really like short prompt, and it did a good job other than with the picture. But I do have to give it like a small negative point because both ChatGPT and Lovable and Gemini managed to add a picture, so there is that. Now, I've also used it, and I think a lot of you will probably also think about that. I've used it a bit for copy, and it didn't seem, at least, again, full transparency here, didn't use it that much so far. But the little that I did use, I haven't seen a major leap since Claude 4, right? So for me, for now, again, I need to do much more testing, but the copywriting, content creation, etc., it's still similar. Coding is much better, context window is much better, and I'm still on free Claude. So I think if you're paying for it, you're in for a lot of treats because now it can also like create full docs and Excel sheets. It can connect with so many apps. So I've seen that they also connected it with Slack. So you can tell Claude what to do and it will do it in Slack and many others. So I'm paying for ChatGPT and Gemini, but in the last 2 months, I think what Claude has done, they also added memory, which is probably one of my favorite features in all LLMs. It has larger context window, it's better in coding. So overall, before, if you asked me like 2, 3 months ago, I would say just grab ChatGPT. Then they failed with ChatGPT 5. Now I found myself using Gemini more. But now Claude, awesome writing, best coding, actually maybe the best writing out of all LLMs. The best coding, very large context window, connects with more apps, really good agentic coding. So I think I cannot confidently recommend ChatGPT as number one now. I think all three have their pros and cons. So if you want to pay for one LLM, I think you wouldn't actually go wrong with Claude, especially now when they released Claude 4.5. So overall, again, Claude 4.5, to sum it up, definitely recommended, both free and paid plans. I think it's amazing, and I think it can assist you and help you in your business a lot. They've done an amazing job. I recently released a video on how you can make your first or next, by the way, that's Donnie barking in the background, how you can make your first or next $1,000 with AI. So if you want, you can check it out over here, and I'll see you there.